If I run this automation, it uploads my video from Drive to YouTube. It auto creates a thumbnail for me and creates an AI title based on my best performing titles. So all I need to do is to film and the rest is taken care of for me. This is saving me so much time. So I can spend my time celebrating my 30th birthday in New York City, overlooking the Empire State Building, eating a delicious Angus burger, enjoying all the time that automation is saving me. To set this up, you don't need any previous automation experience and you don't need any big upfront investment. I'm going to share how to set this all up in 3 simple steps so that by the end of this video, you have your own YouTube content system to save you time. But before that, if you want to download my Make Automation Blueprint, the Airtable template, and other assets that I'm going to show in this video to make it faster for you, check out our private automation community in the description below. Now, let me show you how to set this up step by step from scratch. Step number 1, auto upload from Drive. So the first thing that we're going to do is to add a Google Drive and search for files and folders. This is because you need to set up a kind of database where you upload a file that then will get uploaded to YouTube. So I've chosen this folder called auto upload. And all I need to do is to find it by selecting from the list. I'm going to go into Google Shared Drive. I'll click on Andy Shared, choose a file folder. This is going to be Andy main. Then I'm going to find the auto upload folder. Then we're going to retrieve files and we're going to search with the search within file/folder names. This is very important because the query we're going to search for is going to be the file name. So we're going to have that be consistent throughout the entire automation. So make sure that every time you upload a file, it is the exact same name here as well as in the other parts of this automation. Now, I'm going to copy this so we can actually get the first part of this automation to run. And I'm going to paste it right here and add MP4 at the end. And the reason for that is that we're doing search for exact term. I'm also going to just do search limit to 1 because we only need 1. And then I'm going to run this module. Now it's going to search and it's going to find our MP4 file, which is basically our video. And now we're going to go to the next step, which is to download that file. This is as easy as just adding the file ID. We're going to get that from the first module here called file ID, conveniently enough. And we're just going to click on OK. Then we're going to do the upload to YouTube. And once again, this is pretty simple stuff. Just add the connection to your own YouTube channel. The title we're going to set as the file name for now. And we're going to update that in some later stages. We're going to make sure that our Google download a file module is connected here. Very important step. You can't upload just straight through a URL. We're going to select a video category, which is how to install, privacy, unlisted, and the description we're also going to upload later when we go to some awesome title automations. Now that it's finished, we just have to click on OK again to get those errors to go away. We have set up the auto upload part of this automation. Now, technically, anytime you upload a file, you could add a trigger on a new file being uploaded. It will upload directly to YouTube. But that's not all we want. We also would like to automate, step number 2, automate the thumbnail. So just go to renderform.io because this is the platform we're going to use to automate your thumbnails. Why this is different is because you don't Look, this guy started on Etsy 60 days ago and has 572 sales, selling simple t-shirt designs. Here's how you can do the same. Step number 1, go to Kittl.com because this is where you can get easy designs, even created by AI. Step number 2, just click on New Project, select the size, we'll do standard, and in the bottom, you can see all these cool t-shirt designs. As you can see, this is literally almost the exact same design that we found on Etsy. They got some really cool designs in here, but to make it even easier, you can always click on the AI image generator. I'll write streetwear t-shirt design of a bear with open mouth, generate, and right off the bat, it looks really cool. Now we can just customize it, put the text in here, and literally in 1 minute, we got an amazing t-shirt design. But to see how it actually looks on a t-shirt, we can click on mockup, choose our design, and see how it looks like. I can't believe how easy it was to use Kittl to create these amazing designs that would easily sell on Etsy.
For the Black Friday Cyber Monday deal, they are currently giving away 3 months for free when purchasing a yearly Kittl Pro or Expert plan. The only way to get this is to use the code BF2024 at checkout. So make sure you click the link in the description to take advantage of this amazing offer. Thanks to Kittl for sponsoring this section of the video. Step number 2, automate the thumbnail. So just go to renderform.io because this is the platform we're going to use to automate your thumbnails. Why this is different is because you don't actually have to go into the thumbnail editing software like Photoshop or Canva. For me, I would have to actually get my virtual assistant to contact my thumbnail editor, and these are unnecessary steps, especially when we're talking about easy thumbnails like this. So if I want a new thumbnail to be copy this template, I can just write that and the thumbnail is created. The same is in these logos. I've uploaded many different logos, so I can just create any type of video with any type of logo that I've selected here to create many different automation videos specifically for this YouTube channel, and it all be custom. Pretty cool, right? But how does this actually work and how can we integrate it into the actual make automation? Well, that's where Airtable comes in. So I've created this template here that you can download in the description, by the way. And what it does is the title is the exact same name as we have in the Drive folder. Again, this is really important. Like I said before, this is what we use for the ID throughout the entire automation. But then we have the text that is going to be in the top. We can also select between all the different logos, and that is going to update a logo URL 1, 2, 3, 4. And so we can select if we want the last logo to be, for example, a ChatGPT logo. That is perfectly fine. And we have all the URLs in here. How this is updated is through an automation that if this status is this Pinterest, it will go and grab that link from this second table that I have here so that we get the links. Now, what we're going to do is to use a webhook. If you haven't tried using a webhook before, it's one of my favorite ways to trigger an automation because we can send all of the data that we have in Airtable over to Make. So let me show you. In the edit field button, we've set up this custom open URL. As you can see, what it's going to send, and it may look complicated right now, but it really isn't. It's going to send this hook, which is a make.com hook, and it's going to send everything from the record ID to the title to the text to the logo and everything. And the way that we set this up in our test one that I promise I'm going to set everything up from scratch so I know that it's working for you if you're going to set it up by yourself. Let's add a custom webhook here on the instant. I'm going to click on add. I'll name it auto-thumb number 3. I did a lot of testing on this, and then it's going to look for actually a connection. You see the stop icon. What we're going to do is to copy the address to clipboard. We're going to go back into the Airtable document again. I'm going to select over this entire part of the URL and paste. So we get a new webhook. Then I'm just going to click on save for this. So let's go down, click on save, and then all we need to do is to click on this button. Boop. You'll see that we are accepted in the top. And then you see that the automation has been run and successfully determined. So you successfully set up your first webhook if you've never done that before. And I also want to show you what type of data that we get from that. But now you might be wondering, can we actually just upload this video directly to YouTube? Well, first we need to set up a couple more things. We're first going to add the render form to actually get that file that we had before. This is going to use the render an image. So let's click on that. Then we're going to have a template identifier. You should have set this up in your account.
Mine is called AI Thumb Blue. Then we need a couple of different items. Where we get this is in the template itself. By clicking on preview, you can see that we can change everything inside of here, from logo number 1 all the way down to logo number 4, the title, and even the image in the background. And you might be actually thinking, hey Andy, it's gonna be pretty boring if you have the same shirt on in every single thumbnail, right? Well, luckily I have created many different outfits that I can have on in this thumbnail from every color in different styles that can be automatically rotated with this image component in the bottom. Luckily, we have all the data we need from the webhook that we got earlier in this stage. So template property number 1 is going to be title.text. The value here will be the text that we're going to have in the top of the title. We're going to add another item, which is going to be logo, and important to put logo with a big L here, logo1.src. The way you find this is actually in the top here. So you can see logo 2, logo 1. You can change all of these with different URLs. And the URL that we're going to get is obviously from our Airtable URL logo 1. Then we're going to add the exact same. So logo2.src. We're going to add logo 2. And I'm just going to do the last 2 off camera. Now, all we need to do to download this thumbnail is to get HTTP. So HTTP get a file. And this is because we can't upload a thumbnail as a URL. We actually have to get the URL from render form in order for us to actually upload a file to YouTube later. Now I can see that we can't actually find this URL right now from the render form, so we actually have to render it all out. Let me try to run this module only. I don't think that it's going to work because we need so much data. Yeah, we get an invalid. So I'm gonna run the entire thing. All I need to do is click on run once. Just make sure this HTTP is unhooked. Run once and then go back to Airtable and then run with this button, accepted. It's going to download the file, upload the file to YouTube, send all that information over to the webhook, and with the render form, now create a thumbnail for us. You can see that we actually got an output of the thumbnail itself. Now we can connect that and we can add the URL, which is the href. And then we're going to go to step number 3, make a custom title. So I had this idea that if I could just copy and paste my own personal best titles and feed that into AI, they could probably make some great titles on their own. And if it's not perfect, at least it's going to be 90%. And then I can just tweak it a little bit to save me a lot of time. So what I did is I went to my studio and got all this information. If you don't know where to get this, you can go to analytics, advanced mode. Then in the top right, you can click on this export and then click on Google Regneark ny fane. And this is where you get this information. What I did is that I added them all to a Google Doc to make it a little bit simpler for the AI to recognize that all of these are titles. So we don't get like all the views and the watch time subscribers. So inside of the automation, what we need to do is to get a file from Google Docs. So I'm going to go to Google Docs and then I'm going to use this get content of a document. Click it and I'm going to get it by mapping. And all I need to do is to go to the top of the URL here and select everything that's in between the 2 slashes. So I don't have to search around the folders and everything. I'll go back to paste the document ID and click on OK. Now I can actually run this module only because we're not hooked up to any other part of the automation. And we're going to get this text content back with all of our top titles. Then we're going to use the ChatGPT model, ChatGPT completion, to actually feed everything that we have so far into ChatGPT to try to create the best title possible. I'm going to make sure that my OpenAI connection is set to the latest. I'm going to choose the model to be the ChatGPT 4.0 latest. And inside of this prompt here, we're going to use a fairly simple prompt. I'm going to use the role user. So the prompt looks like this. Make a YouTube title based on this file name. Again, like I told you earlier, The title and the file name is very important because we're going to use it in many different parts of the automation. We can find the file name here in the title in the Airtable. Here is a list of my best performing titles you can use to emulate. This is where we add our Google Docs with our text content. And then we add "you're forbidden from writing anything but a single great YouTube title." And this is because ChatGPT is going to say, here is a good title for you, and then write the title. And that doesn't really work in automation. So a good prompting hack is "you are forbidden." That's a great way to get them to not do anything that you don't want. And let's click on OK. There we have a title. And once again, if you get this bubble in the top, all you need to do is just click on OK once again. Last part is that we need to take all of the things that we've created, upload it to YouTube, update YouTube as well. So let's do that now. The first thing we're going to do is to update a video details. What we're going to do then is to add the video ID that is from the first module. Obviously, this is the file that we uploaded with this video ID. Then we're going to select the title and we're going to get that from the result that we get out of ChatGPT. The description you can select yourself. Doing this method is not going to give you any description. So I highly recommend that you have something like, here is my link, and then you could add HTTPS mylink.com, right? There's many other things like, for example, automatic timestamping that I'm thinking about, automatic SEO description as well. That is going to come in version number 2 of this automation, and many more cool AI things to add. Then we're going to select the category. Let's do science and technology, unlisted, video made for kids. No. They also have advanced settings if this is interesting to you, where you can add tags, recording date, license, and allow embedding. We're just going to keep that on blank. And then we're going to go to the next module, which is the set a video thumbnail. This is really awesome that we got the HTTP get a file, because it wouldn't work if we didn't have that. I'll go back again, make sure we have the YouTube upload a video idea, and boom. Now, you might be wondering, what's going to happen if we click on run? Can we actually get the entire automation to run for us? Well, let me set it up and then let's click on run. First, let's imagine that we just made a video that was called Automated Customer Support System.mp4. And then we're going to create a new tab that is called Automated Customer Support System. So that is the title. And again, they're completely the same. This is very important. Then in the top of the thumbnail, we want AI customer support. Let's actually change that to automated AI support, because I have another title that looks exactly the same. Then I'm going to change the Gmail to be customer support. Let's see, ChatGPT. I actually like the Gmail, so we can keep the Gmail in there. Also, I want to keep a Sheets in there, like the Sheets logo. And then maybe let's keep the last one blank to show you how that one looks. Maybe LinkedIn would be good for this, but all in all, looks good. I remember that I missed one step here, and that is search for files in folders. So I need to update that from the beginning here, because the query here is AI voice note transcript. So I'm going to delete that. And then I'm going to make sure to select the title. And I'm also going to write .mp4 at the end, just because we have exact search term. So just make sure that you have this updated so we get that completely correct for the next one. We also have the correct file ID. It looks good. I think everything is set up. So now all we need to do is click on run once, and you wouldn't even have to click on this if it was set to publish. Then we're going to go back to the AI automation Airtable, and then we're going to click on this button here at the end. Click, that's gonna get accepted, and we see it running here. Now, I'm pretty excited. Sometimes we might get one piece of this that doesn't work as expected, but I think we've done all of it as best as we can. So now it's all the way at the end, and let's see what happened. Let's go back to my second channel here, go to the content, refresh this page, and let's see what we have. And just like that, we have it uploaded to YouTube, And you can see that the title is Revolutionize Customer Service with this automated AI support system. Pretty decent title, actually. I don't like it that it has quotes at the beginning or end, but hey, that's another prompting thing we need to do. The second thing is you can see the thumbnail has automated AI support in the top. It has the 3 different logos. You can even see that we have the custom description as well. So this is one of my favorite automations that I've created specifically for the second channel where we're going to have a lot of these automations. So go check that out as well with the new channel AI and the automation. Also, if you want to download the make.com blueprint as well as the Airtable table that you can just copy and paste and use on your own, you can get all of that in the link in the description in our AI Made community. Check that out. It's all for automators that want to explore AI in work. But that's about it. Thank you so much for watching. Happy auto uploading.